there is always alternative form for any genes for a character to form with different effects. Now these are known as alleles. So two genes which are responsible for any character, they are alleles. Now in genetics, everything is mathematical. So now when the two homologous chromosomes, they come together, the genes which are occupying the same loci, they form alleles. They are responsible for the same character. So the genes which are responsible for eyes, two genes on the homologous chromosome, they will come together and form our eyes. So here you can see two alleles. Capital is for dominant character and small a is for recessive characters. Now see, these two are different. Now gene B is this loci. Now gene C is this loci. One comes from mother maternal chromosome. The other comes from paternal chromosome. So these two alleles, they occupy the same location, same position on the homologous chromosomes. So here alleles, they are alternative form of gene occupying the same position on, that is the locus on homologous chromosome and affecting the same characteristics but in different way. Now these alleles are of two types. One is dominant, the other is recessive. So now let us take the example of rolling of tongue. So you roll your tongue into YouTube outside. I cannot do it. So I have the recessive characters of not rolling the tongue. I can not roll the tongue. So that is the recessive characters. If I could have rolled the tongue outside my buccal chamber, that is the dominant character. That is one of the example. There are various characters and one is dominant, the other is recessive. Like tallness is dominant, shortness is recessive. So alleles which are occupying the same position, the same locus, they will be either dominant or they will be recessive. So dominant when that character comes into the progeny, the offspring. So that is dominant. One which does not express is not dominant, that is recessive. So rolling of tongue is a dominant character. Not rolling the tongue, not able to roll the tongue, like I cannot roll the tongue, my tongue will come outside. So this is recessive character. If I could have rolled the tongue outside my buccal chamber, that would have been a dominant character. So dominant which expresses itself, recessive which does not express itself. So here now again there are two types of allele. One is homozygous and the other is heterozygous. Now here this is heterozygous. Capital A, small a, heterozygous. Capital B, that is homozygous. Capital small c, that is homozygous. So these two are homozygous, same, and this is heterozygous, that is different. So the alleles might be homozygous or heterozygous. So why they are alleles? Because they are occupying the same position locus, therefore they are alleles. And they are either this is heterozygous, these two are homozygous. So alleles can be homozygous or heterozygous. Now whatever the genotype, that is my genetic constitution. Each and every cell has that blueprint of the genetic constitution. So that is genotype. It is present in the genes. But whatever the characters I have, that is phenotype. What is shown, what you can see, that is phenotype. So genotype is genetic constitution. Phenotype, that is expressed. Now, here as far as rolling of the tongue is concerned, if it is RR, now this is the rule in genetics. Whatever the dominant character has to be written in capital, and whatever is recessive has to be written in small letter. So capital RR both are dominant. That is, you are able to roll the tongue definitely. If this is the constitution genotype, definitely you will roll the tongue. Now, if it is R and recessive, then also one is dominant and one is recessive, then also you will roll the tongue. So tongue roller here, tongue roller here. But genotype is different for both. This is capital RR and this is capital R and small r. Means the recessive genes is present. But if it is small rr, both are recessive, then non-roller. So I cannot roll my tongue, then I am small r, both the genes are recessive, so I cannot roll the tongue. Now here you can see this lady is roller, rolls the tongue, she can roll the tongue. The man can also roll the tongue, he is a roller. But the progeny they have, this is non-roller and this is roller and this is roller. So two are roller and this is non-roller, recessive genes. That means this roller, they have two types, that is R, big R and small r. One is dominant and one is recessive. So the probability here that this child has got recessive genes and therefore cannot roll the tongue. Here they have either received RR from both or one R and small r from the parents. So this is roller. So their genotype, here this genotype has to be small rr, but here this genotype can be big R, two big 2R or one big and one small r, because they are roller. Phenotype is roller, but their genetic can be either R, capital RR or one capital, one small r. Here again the other progeny is a roller. It can have two capital R and one capital and one small r. So here they have roller tongue, so their genotype can be of two types, one capital, one small or both capital. And here since this child cannot roll the tongue, then it is non-roller and they have the genotype small r. So here probability that their parents had one big R and one small r. Both the parents had one big R and small r. So this is the woman, small circle, square, it's just a representation. So here circle means a girl which has got non-rolling tongue, and here square, that is a boy which has got a roller tongue, and genotype this double R or one big R and small r, and this is a girl which has got double R or a double capital R or one capital and one small r. So this is how the genetic makeup comes into the child. So genotype and phenotype, whatever your constitution and what comes into the representation of the offspring, that is phenotype. So all these names you have to be clear to understand the genes and the alleles.